Taehyung is back from America. That one sentence, short yet electrifying, sent armies worldwide into a frenzy. But what made the moment even more mysterious wasn't just Taehyung's glamorous return from the Vogue Hollywood event. It was Jungkook's quiet, almost restless anticipation back in Korea. What was he waiting for? And why did fans believe that his latest moves were all connected to Taehyung's arrival? The two names, Taehyung and Jungkook, seemed to echo through the digital universe like a haunting melody, pulling fans deeper into a web of emotions, questions, and possibilities. Could it be that Jungkook had been waiting all along? The story begins not under flashing cameras, but in silence. Taehyung's flight landed early in the morning. The star of the Vogue Hollywood Gala, who had stunned the world with his celestial aura and unique fashion presence, returned to Korea wrapped in mystery. No grand announcement, no media fanfare, just quiet footsteps through the airport, shielded by a black mask, a long beige trench coat, and eyes that looked both tired and lost in thought. But somewhere in Seoul, Jungkook was awake. And fans noticed, in the early hours, Jungkook's online activity had been unusual. His live stream ended with a cryptic smile, his gaze soft but distant. He didn't mention names. He didn't explain anything. But his words, "I've been waiting for something special today," hit army like thunder. What was he waiting for? Fans immediately connected the dots. Taehyung's flight, Jungkook's words, the quiet tension between the two that has always sparked endless curiosity. The timelines matched too perfectly. Coincidence? Or something deeper? The internet exploded with speculation. Hashtags like hashtag Taehyung back in Korea and hashtag Jungkook waiting started trending worldwide. Theories flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Weverse. Some fans claimed Jungkook's choice of hoodie during his live, a soft beige similar to Taehyung's airport coat, wasn't random. Others pointed out the background of his video, a faint sound of a plane passing overhead. Was that a hint? They asked. Every detail became a clue. Every glance, every gesture, every pause was dissected by fans who couldn't help but feel that something emotional was unfolding behind the scenes. Taehyung's return wasn't just a celebrity coming home. It felt like a scene from a movie, one that Jungkook might have been watching with quiet anticipation. The Vogue Hollywood event had been a dazzling display of global fame. Taehyung stood among Hollywood's biggest stars, dressed in a custom piece that captured both his ethereal and powerful presence. Cameras loved him, fans adored him, and the fashion world bowed to his charisma. Yet amid all the glamour, many noticed something else, a certain wistfulness in his smile, as though his mind wasn't fully in Hollywood. Could he have been thinking of home? Of someone waiting there? The more you look at the timing, the more it feels almost poetic. Jungkook, grounded in Seoul, immersed in his creative work, recording, training, perfecting something new. Taehyung, soaring through the sky, conquering the world of fashion, yet returning to the same place both call home. Two paths, moving separately but somehow intertwined by invisible threads. When news broke that Jungkook had canceled a meeting earlier that day, armies couldn't stay calm. Was it because he wanted to avoid the press? Or because he wanted privacy when Taehyung arrived? And then came the moment that silenced everyone. A few hours after Taehyung's arrival, Jungkook's story appeared on Instagram. A simple picture of the night sky, captioned with one word, "Finally." Nothing more. Nothing less. Fans froze. Finally? Finally what? Finally who? The timing was impossible to ignore. Was it just coincidence again? Or was this Jungkook's subtle way of expressing something words couldn't capture? By evening, Seoul was alive with rumors. The two hadn't been seen together in public for months, yet their connection always found its way into headlines. Every comeback, every solo project, every moment on camera, fans always found subtle reflections of one in the other. Even during their individual schedules, that magnetic pull never seemed to fade. It wasn't about shipping. It wasn't about fanfiction. It was about energy, about two souls who share a rhythm that feels almost cosmic. As the night deepened, Taehyung's car was spotted heading toward his home. The cameras flashed, yet his expression remained calm. There was no trace of exhaustion, no sign of jet lag. Instead, there was something serene in his eyes, as if he had already found what he'd been searching for. Did Jungkook and Taehyung meet privately that night? No one knows. No one saw. But as always, fans felt it, something unseen but deeply real, What makes their story so captivating isn't just fame or beauty, it's the subtle humanity behind it. Jungkook's silence speaks louder than words, and Taehyung's presence carries emotions that can't be faked. Both men stand as global icons, yet moments like these remind the world that even stars long for connection, for familiarity, for home, and maybe, just maybe, for each other's presence. The Vogue Hollywood event might have crowned Taehyung as the face of elegance and modern art, but his return carried a different kind of story. The story of a man who conquered the world yet found meaning in coming back. Meanwhile, Jungkook, ever the perfectionist, continued to channel emotions into music. Could Taehyung's return ignite something new in his creative spirit? A song? A collaboration? Or perhaps a private moment that only they would ever understand? Fans began theorizing about hidden meanings in Jungkook's latest melody snippets. One fan pointed out a lyric draft he shared weeks ago that read, "When you're back, I'll breathe again." At the time, it seemed poetic. Now, it feels prophetic to as days passed. The connection only grew stronger in fans' imaginations. Taehyung's silence after returning was almost deafening. No posts, no interviews, no appearance. Just quiet. The same kind of quiet that Jungkook had before he suddenly reappeared online. That it's that silence that speaks volumes. Was this calm before a storm? Or the beginning of something beautiful that both artists wanted to protect from the noise? Hollywood may have celebrated Taehyung's artistry, but Seoul is where his story continues, and Jungkook seems to be a part of that continuation. The fact that their schedules aligned so precisely felt too cinematic to ignore that armies from every corner of the world shared emotional messages. Seeing Taehyung back feels like the world's heartbeat returning. Jungkook looked like he was waiting for more than just a flight. This feels like the start of a new era. And maybe, in a way, it is that as dawn broke over Korea the next morning. Fans flooded airports, hoping to catch even a glimpse. But both artists remained unseen. Yet, even in absence, the story kept growing, alive through whispers, hopes, and dreams. Because sometimes, the most powerful connections aren't shown, they're felt. The next few days promise to be telling. Will Taehyung and Jungkook finally appear together? Will their next chapter unfold in the open, or remain behind closed doors, shared only through music, art, and unspoken gestures? Whatever happens, one thing is certain. This isn't the end of the story. It's the start of something new, something that has armies around the world watching with bated breath. So tell us, Army, what do you think Jungkook's finally meant? Was it fate? Coincidence? Or the emotional reunion the world never got to see? The mystery deepens. The hearts wait, and somewhere in Seoul, under the same sky that watched Taehyung's return, Jungkook is still awake. Taehyung has finally returned from America after attending the Grand Vogue Hollywood event. But what shocked armies the most was Jungkook's reaction in Korea. Why did he seem so restless before Taehyung's flight landed? What did he mean when he said, "I've been waiting for something special today"? As Taehyung arrived quietly in Seoul, Jungkook posted one mysterious word. Finally. Was it just a coincidence, or something deeper that connects the two stars beyond fame and distance? This story unfolds like a movie, emotional, breathtaking, and full of secrets. Did Jungkook really wait for Taehyung's return? Or is there something hidden behind their silence? Watch the full video and join the discussion. Speech balloon, what do you think Jungkook's finally means? Backhand index pointing down, leave your thoughts in the comments. Army.